Okay, hello everyone. So we are here with series 2 for June 23 exams, mock test paper. Those who are giving the June exam is very close now, just a few days to go. So all the best, prepare well. I have uploaded a few preparation videos and I will also upload in the coming 1 or 2 weeks, I mean just before the exams. And if you have any doubts till the exam, you can definitely ask me anytime in the comments or on the Telegram group. Those who are watching this video later or for later exams, it is important to practice all the past MTPs because as much as possible you should practice for maths. Because see, logically, if you have practiced 1000 2000 of questions till your exams, then it is not possible that you will score less than 40 marks, less than 50 marks. In fact, if you do it well, you will definitely score more than 70 80 marks in maths. Okay, so practice means a lot for exam, at least for maths. Fine. So let's start. Before we start, some rules as usual. So this video will be focusing on tricks and shortcuts, not as much on concepts. So for concepts, I have already uploaded entire batches on the channel for free, the complete batch also and the revision batch also, so you can go through that. But in this video, we are going to focus on how to solve each question in 1 minute. That's it, because that is what is most important from exam point of view when you are solving a paper. So we are solving a paper right now. Second, you should have solved this by yourself first, then only you should come to this video. Otherwise, it is of no use because in exam you are not going to have someone explaining to you. Third, the video will be in simple English. A simple reason for this: first of all, no one should have any language barrier, and second is that all of your exams are going to be in English. Assuming that you are giving paper in English medium, all of your exams are going to be in English. So only when you read the question and start thinking in English, it becomes faster to solve. Not only for maths, even for law, accounts, anything. As I mean, when you get well versed with English or when you get very comfortable with reading and understanding in English, then exams, I mean, just trust me, it makes a lot of difference in exams. Okay, so when you, otherwise what happens is we read, we translate it in our mind to our mother tongue, then we think of an answer, then we again translate it to English. That ideally should not happen. You should have a practice of thinking in English that will only be developed if you keep on practicing. Fine, let's start. We are going to try to solve each question in 1 minute. Okay, fine, so get ready with your calculators. We are going to focus on part A now, 1 to 40. Yes, in foundation exam, the questions are mixed. They are not chapter wise or section wise. So remember that. First, the monthly incomes of A and B are in the ratio 4 is to 5 and their monthly expenditures are 5 is to 7. If each saves 150 per month, find their monthly incomes. So question from module, right? Now, see, logically, if you have income and expenses, then income minus expense should be saving, right? Or income minus saving should be expense. Now we can form a ratio, an equation and solve, but we don't need to because see, we want their monthly income and they are saying 150 per month. So obviously A and B cannot be the answers. Why? Because if they are earning 40 rupees and 50 rupees, how can they save 150 rupees, right? So A and B are not the answers. Let's check C. So if their income is 400 500 and they are saving 150, so 400 minus 150, so their expense will be how much? 250 and 350. So this ratio has to be 5 is to 7. So let's check. We can cancel 0. 5 into 5, 5 into 7. So 5 is to 7 is the correct answer. So option C. Next, second. Two vessels containing water and milk in the ratio of this and this are mixed in the ratio of 1 is to 2. The ratio of milk and water in the resulting mixture is. Now again you can form an equation and solve, but that will make it complicated. Okay. From exam point of view, always try to see if there is any shortcut. Is there a shortcut? Yes. Can we just assume some quantity of this mixture? The ratio is 1 is to 2, right? So let 1 plus 2 is 3. So let's assume 300 liters. That means first is 100, second is 200. Now we know first mixture is 2 is to 3. What? Water is to milk. So let's divide it. How do we divide in the ratio? 2 plus 3 is 5. So we do 100 by 5 into 2 and 100 by 5 into 3. So how much is that? Check. Water is 40, milk is 60. Similarly, let's divide in 4 is to 5. 4 plus 9 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. So 200 by 9 into 4, that is 88.8 recurring is water, and 200 by 9 into 5, that is 111.1 recurring is milk. Okay. So now total water in this mixture will be this plus this, correct? This plus this will be how much? 128.8 recurring, correct? And total milk will be this plus this, that is 171.1 recurring. So this is our final answer. 128.8 is to 171.1. Now you have here reduced form of that ratio. So what you can do is just do it on calculator. 128.8888 divided by 171.1111. How much is that? 0.753246, right? So check in the options which option gives you that. Let's check first one. 58 by 77, correct. 0.753246. So A is the correct answer. That's it. No need to solve it further. Question 3. If x minus 9 is to 3x plus 6 is the duplicate ratio of 4 is to 9. Duplicate is square. So instead of duplicate ratio, let's just read square of 4 is to 9. That means if it is square of 4 is to 9, that means we know this is 16 is to 81, right? Then find the value of x. Again, instead of solving, you can just go by options. If we put x as 9, okay, then 9 minus 9 will be 0. So obviously it will not be 16 is to 81. So cancelled. If we put x as 16, then 16 minus 9 is what? 7 is to 16 into 3 plus 6. How much is that? 54. Again, not correct. We want 16 is to 81. Okay. If we put 36, 36 minus 9 is 27 is to 36 into 3 plus 6 is 114. Again, not correct. Not 16 is to 81. If we put 25, 25 minus 9 is 16 and 25 into 3 plus 6 is 81. Correct. So D is the correct answer. That's it. Next, fourth. Value of this is. Now, there is a way to solve such kind of questions by assuming a number. Okay, and I mean you can definitely do that. It is not wrong. It will give you the answer most of the times. Okay, in fact all of the times if the question is in proper format. In right now, if you substitute something for a, then in answer also there is a, right? So you can put something and get the answer. But only for this question specifically, there is a shortcut. Okay, so you should always look at the question first, what is given, and then think what do we want to do. Okay, we want to simplify this. Now one way is opening all the brackets, but if you observe, these terms are same, only difference is this plus sign and minus sign. We know of something like this: a plus b, a minus b is what? A square minus b square, right? So maybe this is nothing but a plus b, a minus b, right? So let's try to write it as a square minus b square. What will be a square? A means this first term, so a raised to 1 by 8 bracket square, that will be what? 1 by 4. Okay, we can multiply and cancel, so it will be a raised to 1 by 4 minus b square, that is a raised to minus 1 by 4 into, now these two are gone, into the second bracket, third bracket. Again, if you observe, this is nothing but a minus b and a plus b, because the terms are same, right? So again, let's take a square minus b square. What will be a square? Again, we can cancel. A raised to half. So will it be something like this? A raised to half minus b square, which is a raised to minus half. Okay. Now these terms are gone. Only thing that is left is that last term into this term. Again, if you observe, it is a plus b, a minus b, a plus b, a minus b, right? So we can just do the same thing again. A raised to half bracket square, that is a, minus a raised to minus half bracket square, that is a raised to minus 1. So that is nothing but a minus 1 by a, which is option B. Or if you want, what, assume some number like 2 raised to 8 in place of a, and then solve this all. That will also give you the answer. Okay, but I think this is faster. Fifth, if 25 raised to 150 is equal to 25x raised to 50, then what is value of x? Okay, now understand, if you want to compare, then either base or power has to be same, right? So let's try to make the power same. Can I write LHS like this, 25 raised to 150? So maybe you can write it as 50. How? 25 raised to 3 into 50. And we know that a raised to m into n is nothing but a raised to m bracket raised to n, right? So can I write it as 25 raised to 3 bracket raised to 50? Correct. And on right hand side we have 25x raised to 50. Now if power is same, that means we can just cancel out the power. That means 25x is equal to 25 raised to 3. Right? So let's cancel 125 from here. So we'll have a 25 square. So x is 25 square. They have given in terms of 5. So can I write 25 as 5 square raised to 2 or 5 raised to 2 into 2, which is 4. Option B is the correct answer for question 5. Question 6. 7 into log of this plus 5 into log of this plus 3 into log of this is equal to what? Okay. Now basic rules of logarithm. First of all, we have a log b is equal to log of b raised to a. Okay, so we can take power here. We can take the multiplying term into power, right? So similarly, we can take this 7 into power. That means we'll have what? Log of 16 raised to 7 by 15 raised to 7. Then on the same terms, we'll have log of 25 raised to 5, 24 raised to 5, and 81 raised to 3, 80 raised to 3. Okay, and we know that log a plus log b is nothing but log ab, right? So we have log of this plus log of this, so we can just multiply the terms. So let's just write this. Okay, now we just have to solve this. That is it. Now to solve this, you can either expand this. You can write 15 as 5 into 3 bracket raised to 7, something like that, but no need. You have your calculators. If you're comfortable with your calculators, you can do anything. In maths exam, there is a lot of scope if you are comfortable with your calculator. So let's just do this on our calculators. How? Concentrate very carefully. Okay, first of all, 16 raised to 7, how can we do that? 16 into and then 6 times equal to, right? This is the basic shortcut. I have uploaded this on the channel separately. You can go there. I'll just post the link in the description. So 16 raised to 7, how do we do it? 16 into and 6 times equal to, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 divided by 15 raised to 7, how do we do that? Divided by 15 and then 7 times equal to, just like TVM, right? So we want to divide by 15 7 times. So what you can do is divide it by 15 and then 7 times equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then into 25 raised to 5, this will have to do manually. So into 25, 1 2 3 4 5, then divided by 24 raised to 5. So this again we can do with shortcut. So divided by 24, 5 times equal to 1 2 3 4 5 into 81 into 81 into 81 divided by 80 and then 3 times equal to. If you see, you get 1.9999, which is nothing but 2, right? So log 2 will be the correct answer. Don't forget this log is also there. Okay. If you have any doubt in any of the shortcuts which are discussed in this question, you can definitely ask me in comments. I'll give you the link to the relevant lectures. 7th, log of x square plus x to the base 4 minus log of x plus 1 to the base 4 is 2. Find x. Okay. So we can just use the basic rule of logarithm. First of all, log a minus log b is log of a by b, right? To the base 4 is equal to 2, right? Just give me a second. Now there is something interesting here. If you see, we can take something common from the numerator, right? So let's try it. If we take x common, we'll have x plus 1 because we are taking x common from x square upon x plus 1 is equal to 2, base is 4. So we'll just cancel this. That means what we are left with is just log of x to the base, log of x to the base 4 is 2. We can just arrange it with rules of logarithm. 4 raised to 2 is equal to x. So 4 square is x, which is 16, option A. Okay, that's it. 8th, given log 2 is this and log 3 is this, then what is log 24? Okay, we can use again the same rule of logarithm which we used in the previous question, just in the reverse way. How? Can I write log 24? Can I write 24 as 8 into 3? Then can I write it as 2 cube into 3? Right. Then can I split it as log of 2 cube plus log of 3? Because we know that log of AB is equal to log A plus log B. Then again, we use the power rule, right? So we can take this 3 down here. So what will happen? 3 times log 2 plus log 3. We have log 2, we have log 3. So this is nothing but 3 times 0.301 plus 0.4771. So we can do this on a calculator now. 0.301 into 3 plus 0.4771, which is 1.3801, option C. Okay. 9th, the value of y of fraction x by y exceeds with x by 5. Exceeds x by 5. That means y exceeds x by 5. That means y is more by 5. So can I write x by y as x upon x plus 5 in short, right? Fine. If 3 is added to both the if 3 is added to both, that is numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 3 by 4. Then find the fraction. Okay, can we just go by options? See, if this is x, this is y, then first condition is satisfied because y is x plus 5, so 12 plus 5. Then if we add 3 to both, then it will become 15 by 20, which is nothing but 5 into 3, 5 into 4, 3 by 4. That is what they were saying, it should become 3 by 4, right? So A is the correct answer, no need to go further, right? Next, 10th. Solve for xyz. Okay. Now again, you can solve it properly if you want, but I would suggest don't solve it, go by options. Easiest way is to go by options. Okay. So let's try option A first. Option A is, this is x, y, z. First equation is x into y, that is this into this, that is 105 into 210, 22050 upon y minus x. Y minus x is 105. That should be 210. Let's check. 22050. Sorry. Correct. 210. So first equation is being satisfied. Next, let's go to second equation. X into z. X into z is what? 105 into 420, which is 44,100. Upon z minus x, that is 420 minus 105, 315. That should be 140. Check. 44,100 by 315. 140. Correct. So this is also correct. Third equation, y into z, 210 into 420, 88,200 upon y plus z, 210 plus 420, 630. This should be 140. Let's check. 88,200 divided by 630. Correct. 140. So A is the correct answer for question 10. That's it. You can do it on your calculators. Just a little bit of rough work. That's it. If difference between a number and its positive square root is 12, then the numbers are. Okay, again, now obviously you can go by your answer, right? Go by options, right? 9 and its positive square root is 3. 9 minus 3 is not 12, so no. 16 minus 4, is it 12? Yes, so that's it. B is the correct answer. 12th. On solving the inequalities, this and this, 3 inequalities in total, we will get the following situation. Okay, so good question. Now we have to focus a little bit for this. Understand, all the inequalities are greater than. That means for all the inequalities, the region is away from origin. So it is probably something like this. Most probably it is something like this. Okay. So we'll not have origin, we'll not have this 0, 0 point. So that means this option is out. Option D is out. Now, don't focus on, now concentrate very carefully. This is a little bit complex. Don't focus on point this and point this right now. See, our answer is what? See, this is our shaded area. So our answer is all the vertices 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if you see, there will be 4 points here. Yes, in each option there are 4 points. Now don't focus on the intersection points. Focus on this point first. At this point, we know that x is equal to 0 because this is our x-axis and x is 0, right? So that means at this point, x is equal to 0. So let's see, in each equation, let's try to put x as 0 and see what happens. First equation is 6x plus y is equal to 18 if we convert it to equation. So if x is 0, y will be what? Y will be 18 minus, y will be 18, right? Sorry. So y is 18. Second case, if x is 0, 4y will be 12, that means y will be 3. Next, if x is 0, y will be 10. Okay. Now observe carefully. If you have 3 points like this, 1, 2, 3. And this is the point we want, which is the highest value of y, right? Y will start from here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we want highest value of y. What is highest value of y? 18. So that means this point has to be 0, 18. Is it in any of the options? Only this option. So that is our answer. That's it. No need to do anything else. Again, I agree that this is a little bit complicated question. In exam, it might be better to skip this question and go ahead. And if you have time, then come back and solve such questions. Because if you're not familiar with inequalities, then it will take time to solve and you don't have too much time in exam. If you want to learn more about this, again, like I said, I have already uploaded a shortcut video as well for inequalities on how to identify region. So you can go through that. Okay. Next 13. Okay, now TVM questions have started. Mr. A invested X in an organization. It amounts to 150 at 5% simple interest and 100 at 3% simple interest. Then what is value of X? Okay, just give me a second again. Okay, so if you observe, they have not given principal and they have also not given X, that is the principal amount, sorry, and they have also not given N, that is period, right? So there are two unknown values, but we have two equations also. How? See, if you invest X rupees, then that means principal is X into interest rate is 5% into N, that is number of years. That gives you 150 rupees. But 150 is the amount, right? So what will be simple interest? 150 minus X. And in the second case, you have 100, that is the amount, minus X, that will be the interest. And principal into 3% into N. Okay, fine. Now, how can we solve this? If you see, X and N is there in both the equations and it is in product multiplying each other, right? So can we just divide these two equations? What will happen? 150 minus X upon 100 minus X is equal to X into 5% into N upon X into 3% into N. So X and N will be cancelled, and in short we'll have 150 minus X upon 100 minus X is equal to 5% by 3% or 5 minus 3. That's it, right? So can we just put options now? Check. 150 minus X upon 100 minus X should give you 5 by 3. So let's check option A. Option A, 150 minus 70, that is 80 by 30. That is not 5 by 3, so not correct. If you put 40, then it is 110 by 60. Again not 5 by 3, not correct. If you put 25, it is 125 upon 75. 125 upon 75. Can you uh, reduce it? Okay, so okay, one more thing. If you don't want to reduce a ratio, what you can do is just divide it. 125 by 75, that is 1.6 recurring. Okay, and also divide this 5 by 3, that is also 1.6 recurring. That is matching, that means this is our answer C. Okay, so you don't need to reduce the ratio every time. Next, 14th. Mrs. Sudha lent 4,000 in such a way that some amount to Mr. A at 3% per annum simple interest and rest amount to B at 5% per annum simple interest. The annual interest from both is 144 rupees. Find the amount lent to Mr. A. Okay. Now you can form an equation, but again there is a shortcut. Whenever there is a weighted average, this is nothing but weighted average. Why? Because you are giving some amount to one person at 3%, some amount to other person at 5%. That means first amount has weight of 3%, second amount has weight of 5%. So 3% and 5%. And what is the combined average, weighted average? 144 is the total interest on 4,000 rupees. How much percent is that? 144 divided by 4,000 into 100. That is 3.6%. Okay. I've already explained this shortcut in one of the videos. Okay, again I'll link it in the description. But how do you do it? There is a very simple way. If you want to find ratio of the amounts, then what you can do is just take the difference. What is difference between these two? 0.6. What is difference between these two? 5 minus 3.6 is 1.4. Okay. Then reverse that difference. 1.4 is to 0.6. That is your ratio. Or 14 is to 6. That is your ratio. That means 4,000 rupees are divided in the ratio of 14 is to 6 to A and B. Now can we do that? 14 plus 6 is 20, right? So 4,000 divided by 20 into 14. 2800 is the correct answer, option A. If it feels complicated, let me know in comments. I will give you the link to the shortcut video. But it is a very good shortcut because you can get the answer in few seconds in exam if you are used to it. 15th. A certain sum of money becomes double at 5% rate of simple interest in a certain time. Then what is the time in years? No need to solve or anything. There is a very simple shortcut. For simple interest, if the amount is doubling, then 100 divided by interest will give you period, or 100 by period will give you the interest rate. So 100 by 5 is 20, so 20 years is the answer. That's it. I means 5, not 5%. Okay. Next, 16th. A certain sum of money amounts to 5,000 in 5 years at 10% per annum. In how many years will it amount to 6,000 at the same rate of simple interest per annum? Simple interest. Okay. So till now, all the questions they have given are of simple interest. So again, let's try to put it in an equation. Amount is 5,000, right? Okay. Now, amount is what? Principal plus interest. Principal, let's assume as x, plus interest will be what? X into 5 years into 10%. That is equal to amount. Principal plus interest is equal to amount, right? Fine. That means x plus 5 into 10% is what? 10% is 0.1. So that is 0.5x is equal to 5,000. That means 1.5x is equal to 5,000. So x will be what? 5,000 divided by 1.5. How much is that? 3333.333. So principal is this much. Okay. Now we want amount to be 6,000 rupees. Okay. So if amount is 6,000, how much interest do we want? 6,000 minus 3333.3333. So simple interest is 2666.6 recurring, which is nothing but principal into interest rate into number of years. So just divide it. 2666.66666 divided by 3333.33333 divided by 10%. That gives you 8. So 8 is the correct answer. Option B. Okay. 1,25,000 is borrowed at compound interest at the rate of 2% for first year, 3% for second year, and 4% for third year. Find the amount to be paid for 3 years. Okay, this is a question which can be solved in 2 seconds, literally, if you are fast with your calculator. How? 1,25,000. Then on calculator you can just do plus 2%, plus 3%, plus 4%. That will give you 136,578, which is the answer. Option D. Okay, for 1 year you can just add the interest directly on calculator. So plus 2% will give you 1,25,000 and additional 2% interest. Okay. Okay, next is an interesting question. I'm sorry I had an interruption, so I don't know if I've read it already. I'll read it again. A certain sum of money amounts to double in 5 years placed at compound interest. In how many years will it amount to 16 times at the same rate of interest? Okay. Now, if you try to find the interest rate, you can get the answer. Okay, so that is fine. I mean, you have 12 times square root method. I'm sure everyone is aware of 12 times square root method. Okay, to find any value, any power. Okay, but you don't need to go there, because see, a certain sum of money amounts to double in 5 years, right, at compound interest. So if let's assume principal is 1, so amount will be 2, right? How do we get amount? Principal, that is 1, into 1 plus I raised to n. N is what? 5. That means, can I say 1 plus I is nothing but 2 raised to 1 by 5? Okay, we are raising both sides by 1 by 5. Now we want it to amount to 16 times. That means we want amount to be 16 now, right? If we want amount to be 16, again principal is still 1, 1 plus I raised to n. We want to find this n. But we know what is 1 plus I. 1 plus I is what? 2 raised to 1 by 5. Bracket raised to n is 16. 16 is nothing but 2 raised to 4. So can I write 2 raised to 4 is equal to 2 raised to n by 5. That means 4 is equal to n by 5. That means n is equal to 24 into 5. Option B is the correct answer. It was a really good question. 18th. Okay. Fine. 19. If the compound interest on a certain sum of money for 3 years at 5% is this, then what is simple interest? Okay. Now, they have given compound interest 50.44. What is formula for compound interest? When we do principal into 1 plus I, that is 1.05 raised to 3, we get amount, right? So if we subtract principal from this, then we'll get compound interest, that is 50.44. Okay. So P into 1.05 raised to 3 minus P is equal to 50.44. Now we want simple interest on that sum. That means we'll have to find P for that. Okay, let's find P, because now we have everything. So if I take P common, it will be 1.05 raised to 3 is how much? 1.157625. No need to write it. So just visualize it. It will be 1.157625 minus 1 is equal to 50.44. So this we have to divide, right? So 50.44 divided by 0.157625. That gives you 320. So 320 rupees. What will be simple interest? 320 into 3 into 5%. That is 48 rupees. Option C. Okay. 20. If the difference between CI and SI on a certain sum of money at 5% for 2 years is 1.5 rupees, find the sum of money. Okay, now you can form an equation or you can just go by options. That will also be easier or faster. Okay, depends. But I think going by options is nearly always faster. So if 600 is the answer, then what is simple interest? 600 into 5% into 2, that is 60. What is compound interest? 600 into 1.05 raised to 2, right? So 1.05 raised to 2 into 600, that is 661.5 minus 600, that is 61.5 rupees. So difference is 1.5 rupees, which is correct. So option A is the correct answer. That's it. Find the present value of an annuity which pays 200 at the end of each 3 months for 10 years, assuming money to be worth 5% converted quarterly. Okay. So this is a simple present value of annuity question. How do we find present value of annuity? Regular, that is annuity amount, into present value factor. How do we find present value factor? We do 1 divided by 1 plus I. Then as a shortcut, we press equal to n times, and then we press GT. That's it. So on calculator you can get it simply without going to formulas. Now 5% is the interest rate annual. We have to convert it to quarterly. So 5 by 4, that is 1.25%. Okay. That means 1 plus I will be what? 1.0125. Correct. So what do we do now? We follow the shortcut. 1 divided by 1.0125. Then press equal to how many times? Now each 3 months, that means in a year 4 times. So in 10 years, 10 into 4, that is 40 times. So we have to press equal to 40 times now. You can note the steps and go according to that. But let's do it. Press equal to 40 times. Then press GT and then into annuity amount, which is 200. That's it. So that gives you 6265, which is option C. That's it. No need to do anything else. Okay. The amount of an annuity due consisting of 15 annual payments invested at 8% effective is 10,000. Find the size of each payment. Okay. So it is annuity due now. And amount of annuity due means future value. Amount is what you get at the end. So future value they have given us 10,000. That is nothing but annuity amount into 1 plus I. Future value we can directly use the formula. So 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. And since it is annuity due, we have to do just one thing. We have to multiply by 1 plus I. That's it. How do we solve this? First solve all this. How do we solve it? 1.08 raised to 15 means into and equal to 14 times. So 1, 2, 3. Minus 1 divided by 0.08 multiplied by 1.08. That should give you 29.3242. Okay. You can either write it, or what you can do is you can do m plus then 10,000, because you have to divide it on left hand side, right? So 10,000 divided by MRC equal to, that's it. So 10,000 divided by MRC equal to, that gives us 341.01, option C. 23. A company is considering a proposal purchasing a machine, full payment of 4,000 or by leasing it for 4 years at an annual rate of 1250. Which course of action is preferable if the company can borrow money at 14% compounded annually? Okay, 14% is a high rate. So let's check. So probably leasing would be the correct answer here. So we have to check NPV of both options, net present value. For first option, purchasing, present value is 4,000 because we have to pay it all today. For second option, how do we find present value? We know annuity is 1250. It is for and we have to take present value factor for 4 years with interest rate of 14%. So let's do that. 1 divided by 1.14, 4 times equal to 1234 into 1250. That gives us, sorry, let me just check. 1 divided by 1.14, then equal to 4 times 1234, then GT, and then 1250. That gives us 3642. So obviously this is less present value, right? Less cost to us. So leasing is the correct answer. Next, find the purchase price of 1000 rupees bond redeemable at the paying annual dividends. Okay, they messed up the grammar, but 1000 rupees bond annual dividends at 4%. If yield rate is to be 5% effective. Now this language is complicated. They should not ideally put this question in CA foundation because this concept is taught at inter level. But still, let's see how to solve this. Okay, what is supposed to be done is we have to find present value of that bond based on the yield rate 5%. Now the problem here is they have not given number of years. If they have not given number of years, we cannot find the present value. Okay, so in this question, I mean technically we cannot solve this question. There is a wrong question, there is some printing mistake. But still, let me just tell you, let's assume something and let's try. I mean, let me just tell you how to solve this. Suppose it is 4 years, redeemable at end of year 4. What does it mean? That means every year it will pay 4% dividend. What is 4% of 1040? So it will pay 40 per year for 4 years, and it will pay 1000 rupees at the year end, at the end of year 4. Okay, 1000 is, let's assume, okay, that it is redeemable at par. Redeemable at par means it is redeemable at 1000 rupees. That means what will happen is we'll have 40 rupees annuity for 4 years, and then we'll have 1000 rupees which are being received after 4 years. How do we find present value of annuity? 1 divided by 1.05, 4 times equal to GT, and then multiplied by 40. So that will be 141 rupees 0.83 plus, how do we find present value of this? 1000 divided by 1.05 and just 4 times equal to, because we don't have to do annuity. So 822.7. So whatever is the total will be the answer. Obviously it is not going to match with options because they have not given, I mean there is some printing mistake in the question. They have not given number of years. But just understand the concept, how to solve it. Next, future value of an annuity of 5000 is made annually. Okay, if they have again messed up the grammar, but forget about it. Is made annually for 8 years at interest rate of 9% compounded annually. Future value is simple because future value of annuity is nothing but annuity amount into 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. Okay, they have already given 1.01 raised to 8, so we can use it. 1.99256 minus 1 divided by 9% into 5000. So 55142, option A. Next, question 26. Paul borrows 20,000 on condition to repay it with compound interest at 5% per annum in annual installment of 20,000 each. Find the number of years in which the debt would be paid off. Okay. In this case, now if number of years is missing, the question becomes slightly complicated. It might be better to go by options in this case. How? See, this is annuity, right? Because annual installment is 2000 each. Same installment every year. So we know that present value 20,000. He has borrowed it today. So present value is annuity amount into present value factor with interest rate of 5% and number of years missing. We don't know. If we divide this 2000 to left hand side, it will become 10 is equal to present value annuity factor. How do we find present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1.05. Then we'll press equal to n times and then we'll press GT. So let's go by options. Option 1 is 10 years. So 1 divided by 1.05, then equal to 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 GT. That gives us 7.72, so not correct. We want 10. 1 divided by 1.05, then equal to 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When you press GT, you get 8.86, so not correct. Now 14 times 1 divided by 1.05. When you press GT, you get 9.89, which is very close to 10. So that would be our answer. Okay. Because for 15, obviously it is going to exceed 10, right? 9.89 is just 0.11 less than 10. So that is our answer, 14. Okay, you can take it. Next, 27. How many number, now permutations. How many number of 3 digits, how many numbers of 3 digits can be made by using 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 and no digit being repeated? Okay. Simple question. 3 digits. Always go like this. For first place, you have how many options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. Then one option is gone. Now you have 4 options. Again, one more option is gone. Now you have 3 options. You are forming first place and second place and third place. And means multiplication or means addition. So 5 into 4 into 3, 60 is the correct answer. In how many ways the word mathematics can be arranged so that vowels always occur together? Okay, first let's separate vowels and consonants. M, A, T, H, E, M, A, T, I, C, S. So if you see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consonants and 1, 2, 3, 4 vowels. Okay, so 11 letters in total. Vowels always occur together. That means we have to make one box of vowels. And then remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now carefully try to, so let's try to solve this. Now that box we have to consider as one person. So 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 factorial ways of arranging these. But out of them, m is repeated 2 times. So we'll divide by 2 factorial. Then t is repeated 2 times. So we'll again divide by 2 factorial. That's it. Nothing else is repeated in consonants. Now vowels, in between that box, we can arrange vowels in 4 factorial ways. That is 24 or 4 factorial. But in vowels also we have a 2 times. So that is 2 factorial. So answer will be this. Let's see if it is in the options. Yes, option B, 8 factorial into 4 factorial. 81, it is not 81, it should be 8 factorial. Divided by 2 factorial cube. Correct. Next, if 20 CR is 20 CR plus 6, then what is value of R? Okay. Now, you must know this property, basic property, NCR is also equal to NC N minus R. Okay. So, that means if this is R, this is N minus R, or rather 20 minus R, right? That means we know that 20 minus R is also equal to R plus 6. Okay. That means 14 is equal to 2R, or R is equal to 7, option B. Next. If 20 AMs arithmetic means are inserted between 3 and 51, then the sum of these 20 AMs is. Okay. That is a good question now. There is a very interesting solution to this. Okay, very good solution. See, if 20 arithmetic means are inserted between 3 and 51, they have not asked arithmetic means. This time they have asked sum. So 3 dash 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 20 terms and then 51. Everything will be in arithmetic progression, correct? Everything will be in AP because the arithmetic means. That means for that AP, let's see everything. Let's consider 3 also and 51 also. So how many terms in total are there? 20 means this 21 and 22 terms, right? So n is 22, first term is 3, last term is 51. We know what is sum of AP, n by 2 into first term plus last term. So that is 22 by 2, that is 11 into 54. How much? 594. But they have asked only sum of arithmetic means, not 3 and 51. Right, so let's subtract 3, let's subtract 51. So 594 minus 3 minus 51, that gives us 540, which is option A. Very good question. Next, sum up to infinity of the series 1 by 2, 1 by 6, 1 by 18 is. Let's see if it is in GP. 1 by 2, then 1 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 2 into 1 by 3, right? Then again, if you multiply by 1 by 3, you get 18. Correct. So 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 3, 18. So that means common ratio is 1 by 3. First term is 1 by 2. If it is up to infinity, then we know sum up to infinity is what? A upon 1 minus R, which is half upon 1 minus R is 2 by 3. That means, sorry, half into 3 by 2 or 3 by 4. That is option B. Okay, fine. Next, find sum to n terms of this series. 7 plus 77 plus 777 plus up to n terms. Okay, now I have uploaded a lot of videos on this because nearly all of the questions from sequence and series additional question banks are like this. Okay, there is a very simple way to solve this. How? Assume n as 2. What is sum of two terms? 7 plus 77. 84. Okay. That means when you put n as 2, your answer should be 84. So let's check option by option. 7 by 9 into, you put n as 2, right? So 10 raised to 3 is 1000 minus 10 minus n is 2, so 14 by 9. Let's check this. 1000 minus 10 is what? 990 into 7 by 9, 770 m plus, and 14 by 9 m minus. If you press MRC, you get 768.44 something, so wrong. We want 84. Next, option B. Again, if we put n as 2, can't see any difference in these two options. They are the same options, right? So let's skip it. Let's go to option C. 7 by 9 into 10 into bracket 10 square minus 1, that is 9 upon 9, minus n is what? 2. 9 can be cancelled. 10 minus 2 is 8. So 8 into 7 by 9, that gives us 6.222. Again, not correct. Option D, let's check. 7 by 81 into, yeah, 10 raised to 3 minus 10, that is 990, plus 7n, that is 14 by 9. I don't think that is also going to be the answer. Oh, actually that gives us 83.99, so that is the correct answer, which is 84. Very good. D is the correct answer for 32. I was wrong. But you can just go by options. You don't need to solve, because if you go to solve, it will become complicated. You have to take, you have to take 7 common, then you have to convert it so that it becomes a GP. So that is a complicated process. Forget about it. Out of 20 members in a family, 11 like to take tea and 14 like coffee. Just give me one more minute. Yes, 33. Out of 20 members, 11 like to take tea and 14 like coffee. Assume that each one likes at least one of the two drinks. Find out how many like both coffee and tea. Okay. See, if you try to draw a Venn diagram, everyone likes at least one of the two drinks. That means there is nothing outside. Okay, this part is 0. Now 11 people like to take tea. That means this part is 11. Now what I always like to do in class is assume this as, let's say, x, y, z. 11 like to take tea, that means x plus y is 11. 14 like coffee, that means y plus z is 14. You want how many like both coffee and tea? That means, in short, you want y. Okay, but you know that x plus y plus z is 20, because everything together is 20. Out of that, x plus y is 11. That means 11 plus z is 20. That means z is 9. If z is 9, y has to be what? 5. B. Or you can go by intersection union. Absolutely fine. But this way is better if it becomes 3 circles, because then union and intersection becomes complicated. Okay, so we are done till question 33. Unfortunately, I have to stop here for today, as we have already gone to more than 40 minutes. Okay, the questions in this MTP were a bit difficult, a little bit difficult than the other ones. But still, there is nothing that you cannot solve in 1 minute. If you have good practice, you can solve everything within 1 minute. I hope you liked it. I'll record rest of the questions 34 onwards in the different video, maybe statistics video at the beginning or at the end. But keep practicing. June people, all the best. People who are giving exams after June 23, still all the best, and keep on practicing as much as you can. I have given the link to the Telegram channel in the description, where I post MCQs daily, and I also post their solutions after every few days. Okay. If you have any doubt, feel free to let me know in comments or on Telegram group. Okay. So bye everyone. All the best.